What's up, everybody? I've done a bunch of videos on Bethesda, pros and cons, 7 things I love, and avoid Bethesda, reasons why you may not want to move here. But this video is different. Bethesda is huge, and if you're moving here, it can be very confusing which part of Bethesda you want to move to. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about the 3 different parts of Bethesda. Bethesda has 3 main zip codes, so if you're thinking about moving here, this is a great video for you. So like I said, Bethesda is huge. Here in March in 2022, we have approximately 80,000 people living in Bethesda. And it's basically divided into 3 main zip codes: 20814, 2816, and 2817. So today I'm going to break down each of these zip codes. I'm going to show you where they are, tell you a little bit about them. So if you're thinking about moving here, you really have a good idea where you want to look to find your home. And if you are thinking about moving here to Bethesda, Maryland, and you like our help, we would make this move as seamless as possible. Just send me an email and we'll get you started on a Zoom. Okay, so we're going to break down each zip code, each of the 3, and I'm going to tell you where they're located, how far they are from DC, if they're close to a metro or not, what the current schools are here now in 2022, and their rankings. And if I have any fun facts about the area, I'm going to share those with you too. So let's start with 2816, which is the smallest of the 3 zip codes. 2816 is the only zip code in Bethesda that actually borders Washington, D.C. It's the smallest of the 3 and has a population of around 17,000 people. To the east of 2816, you've got Chevy Chase, Maryland, and then to the north, you've got 2817, the biggest of the Bethesda zip codes. The closest metro is Friendship Heights, which is actually located just across the border in Washington, D.C., but it's incredibly close to all the neighborhoods in 2816, and some it's literally minutes away. The neighborhoods of 2816 Bethesda are very suburban, but like I said, you're so close to the district that it's just a short distance to go into the city. In my opinion, it's also the most expensive of the different zip codes in Bethesda. Being so close to the city, but having these beautiful tight-knit community neighborhoods just causes the prices to go up and up. On the low end in 2816, you could probably find housing for around $900,000 with a few exceptions, and it will range all the way up to about $4 million. It's a great place to live because you have the suburbs, but you have right across the border from DC, but you also have it to be very, very expensive. 20816 is stunning. These neighborhoods are tree-lined streets, nice little hilly neighborhoods, and a close-knit community. Even though you're so close to DC, you have a real suburban feel living in the neighborhoods of 2816. The median household income for the residents of 2816, according to niche.com, is approximately $217,000. The schools as of today, March 2022, are either Bethesda Chevy Chase High School or Walt Whitman High School. In 2021, Walt Whitman High School was ranked the #1 public high school in the entire state of Maryland, according to U.S. News and World Report. BCC, or Bethesda Chevy Chase, was ranked number 13. There are a lot of different neighborhood parks in 2816, including the Westmoreland Hills Local Park and the Sangamore Local Park. And you're also very close to the Capitol Crescent Trail and to the canal. As far as shopping, there's 2 major shopping centers in 2816 in Bethesda. There's a Shops at Sumner Place on Sangamore, and there's also Westwood Shopping Center. So you definitely have close proximity to shopping and parks, and like I said, to the city. Moving on to 20814. The Bethesda zip code of 2814 has a population of approximately 30,000 people. It borders Chevy Chase, Maryland to the south, Kensington to the east, North Bethesda to the north, and the zip code of 2817 Bethesda to the west. Parts of 2814, this zip code in Bethesda, has a very urban feel to it because it does host our downtown Bethesda and Bethesda Row. It does have some big box stores like the Apple Store and the Amazon store, but it's mostly just little shops and boutiques and restaurants and a wine bar, and it's just a very cool place. You also have the Bethesda Metro right here in the middle of 2814, and you're still super close to DC. You just have to pass right through Chevy Chase, Maryland. And one of my absolute favorite things to do, which starts in 2814, is go along the Capitol Crescent Trail. You can walk, you can bike, you can rollerblade, and it will take you all the way into Georgetown, into DC. I actually showcase a lot of downtown Bethesda, Bethesda Row, and the Capitol Crescent Trail on my other Bethesda videos, so definitely check it out. As far as housing is concerned in 2814, you do have more apartments and condos because you are so close to downtown Bethesda. You can find both high-end luxury condos, or you can find more affordable ones depending on the age of the building, if it's a newer building or an older building. As far as single-family homes, it kind of is the same thing. There are some older neighborhoods in Bethesda that you can find more affordable housing. And when I say affordable, I mean the minimum is about $700,000. But in Bethesda, that is considered affordable. But in these neighborhoods in Bethesda, they're all immersed with new builds within the old construction. So for anything on the newer side, the Bethesda housing in 2814 can go all the way up to 5.3 million. So it's a pretty diverse zip code as far as housing. One of my absolute favorite neighborhoods in all of Bethesda is Edgemoor, which is just stunning, really beautiful streets and unbelievable houses. And it is in 2814. I actually showcased it in my luxury Bethesda neighborhoods video, but it is really one of the most beautiful neighborhoods and also very close to downtown Bethesda and DC. There are 3 different high schools in this small zip code of 2814, because if you look at the map, the zip code is shaped vertically. So you have Walt Whitman and BCC, which we already discussed, and you also have Walter Johnson, which in 2021 was ranked number 11 in the entire state of Maryland according to US News and World Report. The median household income for 2814 according to niche.com is $128,000, but I have to tell you, I really don't think this number is right, but this is the source I'm using, so I'm just gonna quote them for now. I think it's higher. So moving on to 20817. 20817 is the biggest zip code in Bethesda with a population of almost 40,000 people. Being so big, 2817 actually borders both 2814 and 2816. You've got 2814 to the east and 2816 to the south. To the northeast, you've got North Bethesda, and to the northwest, you've got Potomac. And then there's a little neighborhood called Cabin John, which is to the southwest. The main road of Old Georgetown Road, or Route 187, we tend to number our main roads here, is what separates 2817 from 2814. It's also the farthest of the 3 zip codes from Washington, D.C. To drive to D.C. from 2817 will probably be about 15-20 minutes, depending where in 2817 you reside. There are close metro stations depending where you live. You could be close to Medical Center Metro or the NIH Metro Station, or if you're in the northern part of the zip code, you could be close to the Grosvenor Metro Station or White Flint. It just depends where you live. It's also possible that you're not that close, that it would take you, about 10 to 15 minutes to drive there, just depending where you reside within the zip code. As far as housing, in the northern part of the zip code, you can find some more affordable Bethesda housing in the $700,000 to $900,000 range. I know that's crazy, but that is affordable for Bethesda. And in the southern part of the zip code, or around most of the rest of the zip code, it is much more expensive, going up to around $5.5 million. Since this is the biggest of the Bethesda zip codes, there's just a lot more diversity as far as housing and prices. For the older homes, you will find more affordable housing, but anything that's newer or brand new is going to be really expensive. As far as parks, you have a bunch of local neighborhood parks, which are super cute, and you're really not that far from Cabin John Regional Park in Potomac. And shopping in 2817 is amazing. You've got our Westfield Montgomery Mall, which is a huge upscale mall that has the big stores like Nordstrom's and Macy's and Sears, but then has a ton of smaller shops and restaurants. And it also has a really fun bowling alley in it, so you can go there and have some cocktails and do some bowling. Because it is such a big zip code, you do have 3 different public high schools that serve 20817. Most of the homes will go to Walt Whitman or Walter Johnson High School, which you've already spoken about, but there is a small pocket of homes that do go to Winston Churchill High School from 2817. Winston Churchill High School was ranked number 5 in 2021 by US News and World Report in the entire state of Maryland. The median household income, according to niche.com, for 20817 is approximately $204,000. So just to sum it up, if you look back on our original map of Bethesda, the blue area is 2817, so you can see it is the biggest zip code in Bethesda. The light green is 2816. That's the smallest zip code in Bethesda that borders Washington, D.C. And the red is 2814, which goes vertical from the south to the north in Bethesda. I know there is another highlighted part of the map that's orange. That is Chevy Chase, Maryland, in case you were wondering, which is why I'm not talking about it. I did make several videos on Bethesda neighborhoods, so there should be about 10 of them, 10 neighborhoods for you to look at if you're interested in any of these zip codes and neighborhoods in Bethesda. I really hope that these videos are helpful to you to find your way home if you're thinking about moving to Bethesda, Maryland. And if you are thinking about moving to Bethesda or any place in Maryland or DC, and you would like our help, call, email, text, morning, afternoon, night, we've got your back. We would love to help you make this move as seamless as possible. And if you did enjoy this video, please consider telling a friend, smashing that like button, and subscribing to our channel. I do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye.